You learn the secrets of the social media through the social universe, and in many cases, you learn the secrets of the universe itself. Today, we are going to be talking about how to get the word out about your local business. We tend to have a lot of people who listen to our show who are local business owners or who may be marketing directors for their local businesses, or that have a what we call a SOHO business. Could be a individual or a small, basically small owner, homeowner business that you care about marketing. And so if you fall into any of those categories or just know somebody who does, make sure you keep your pen and paper handy, and we're going to be talking about different ways to market a startup business or an existing business, basically just how to get the word out about your business. In an upcoming future show, we're going to be talking about some businesses that might not be conducive to web marketing. Believe it or not, there's a few that are not conducive to web marketing. For example, those that are bid only. Sometimes bids are just, you have to go find them and apply, and they're not marketed, and getting marketed just doesn't help. We're going to have future shows based on that, so more to come in future shows. Today, we want to thank our advertisers, Glendale Flowers, who provided a wonderful, wonderful set of flowers for someone near and dear to me. I want to give my condolences to the family of a very near and dear friend to me, Jason Taylor, who passed away this last weekend. He was about my same age, and it's just a wake-up call. He also lived a very healthy life and did his very best to live a good, healthy life. So sometimes even the best of us go, even through all of our efforts. But my heart will always be with him, and Glendale Flowers actually provided the flowers for his funeral, so we really appreciated Glendale Flowers doing that. We also want to say thanks to Crescendo for being our sponsor. Anybody who would like or needs a new website, a second website, or just doesn't have one at all, just needs a website, period, Crescendo will provide a website for you at absolutely no cost. However, in the creation of it, there's no cost, but the hosting fees do not come for free, so keep that in mind later on when it comes time to host. So these are all things that are very important. We also want to thank our one-time advertiser on this show today, and who knows, maybe they'll turn into a more consistent advertiser, is the Wasabi Room Sushi Bar, and we are joined today by one of the owners of the Wasabi Room Sushi Bar. So welcome to our show.
Hi, my name is Joseas, and I'm from Wasabi Room Sushi Bar in Grillo, and there is Mexican food. With the sushi, we decided to open a restaurant because we are sushi chefs with 10 years experience, and I think it's a good idea to try it, and decided to open a restaurant.
Now, when he says that he has 10 years of experience, he really does. We ate there before we came here today, and I took a sushi connoisseur with me, and I do have to admit that I have eaten sushi about twice a year for the last 15 years, and I haven't acquired the taste for it. And so just recently, my son said, you know what, we need to go to the best sushi in Phoenix. And so we went to what my son determined was the best sushi in Phoenix. He loves sushi. And we had a great experience. Dropped about, I don't know, $60, something like that, and had some sushi. It was a great experience. It was nice. It was wonderful. A great atmosphere. And I did determine that, you know what, in the right circumstances, I could actually like sushi, not just that I could stomach sushi. Now, for those of you who are laughing at me who think, oh my goodness, this guy is showing his he has no class. Anybody who doesn't like sushi has no class. It just took me for some reason I don't have a taste for fish, but what ended up happening is that I finally concluded over the weekend I absolutely love sushi. In the meantime, though, and the reason why I bring this up, how dare I talk about a competitor on the same show as our guest is with us. But the point is that I went into the Wasabi Room, and two things happened. The first thing is that they know how to prepare fish, and I'm kind of piggybacking off of the 10 years of experience that they have. And the other thing that I just have a hard time eating is salmon. Now, if anybody has tuned into our sister show, Ageless Living, we actually had Dr. Robledo came on the show and talked about that you need to eat fish. And a lot of us think we can shortcut eating fish by taking little fish oil tablets. And he cited evidence that shows that in certain circumstances, there's more and more indications showing that taking fish oil tablets gives you prostate cancer. So you have to be a little bit careful about imbibing too much of that fish oil on your way to shortcut the eating of natural fish, the natural occurrence of fish. So the best occurrence of the best fish that he recommended was salmon, and I can't stand salmon. So today for lunch I had salmon, and it is the best salmon I've ever had. And I can actually say I like salmon now. Now I only like salmon as prepared by the Wasabi Room Sushi Bar. So I want to invite everybody to go down there and visit. If you are the same as me, as that you're really, really wanting to like fish, you have an aversion to the fish taste, but you want to be able to enjoy the fish and not get prostate cancer eating all the pills, then go to 5234 North 27th Avenue, visit the Wasabi Room Sushi Bar, and ask for Joses. And he'll be able to take care of you, or his brother. Tell me your brother's name again.
Juan.
Juan, okay. So either Jose or Juan, and they will absolutely take care of you. They not only had great food, but great service. They have beautiful flowers in the outlying areas of the restaurant. A wonderful place. But it's also, I don't want to take away that it's Mexican food too. They have very good Mexican food. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the Mexican food, and then we'll go back into the sushi, because I think the sushi is a large part of what you do. But talk about the Mexican food just a little bit.
Yes, we decided to add a Mexican food to a sushi bar because we are Hispanics and we know how to make Mexican food too, and we learn how to make sushi, so we decided to add it together, and I think it's a great idea to add it, and it's going to be really good.
Absolutely. Now, I don't speak Spanish, and I wish I did. That's probably one of the biggest handicaps that I have, is not knowing Spanish. But when you see, how do you say mariscos?
Yes, mariscos.
Mariscos.
Seafood.
Okay, that means seafood. So when you're driving around town and you see mariscos, that means seafood. Okay, so you'll also see that on the side of the wasabi, right?
Yeah, we also work with seafood mariscos.
Okay.
It's Mexican style seafood.
Absolutely. It's just really, really good food all the way around. So whether you want the standard Mexican food, you want to have Mexican seafood, mariscos, or sushi, their entire menu. And by the way, it's a large menu. It keeps them busy because there's so many different things to cook. But their entire menu is wonderful. You can't go wrong, whatever you choose. But back to the sushi, I actually took a sushi connoisseur with me. So I am I'm the kindergartner of sushi. I'm the one, the person who says, if it's not all tasting sweet and like candy as a kindergartner, then I don't want to have it. I'm kidding. My palate is a little bit more mature than that. But with fish, it's a metaphor, is what I was saying. But I took a sushi connoisseur with me, and so not only was this sushi to an untrained palate like mine, wonderful, especially when you compare it to what my son and all his friends had determined is the best sushi in Phoenix. But also the sushi connoisseur that I brought with me, he loved the sushi. He said this is very, very high. He could actually identify all the different types of sauces that you put on there. Of course, I can't repeat them all because they're very fancy names. But the point is that they were all really, really good. And so he was able to allow me to get into the world of fish. And so, and for any of you who understand or listened in on our show of Ageless Living, what is so important about eating fish is that the fish oils have omega-3, the naturally occurring omega-3 oils that are coming from animals that are clean. And the reason why salmon is so important in particular is that it doesn't have the occurrence of mercury, so because it's fresh water. So then somebody is correcting me.
Salt water, salmon. Deep sea, north, cold water, deep sea.
Okay, I'm being corrected that deep sea, north,
cold water
salmon also is
no mercury.
No mercury. Okay, so I'm being corrected here. Okay, so having said that, fish in general is good for you. And Dr. Robledo, I am not a doctor, so you want to consider your doctor on the statement, but Dr. Robledo did state that unless you are pregnant and a couple of other circumstances, the mercury really doesn't activate badly in your body. It's not a good mineral to have, obviously, but it's in such trace forms that you can feel comfortable eating fish. But if you're a woman who's planning on having children, probably that's where you want to choose the freshwater sushi or the salmon, because you have salmon options
Yes.
and other types of things. So these are all things to consider from the health side. But the point is that you can eat healthy and have it taste great. If you're not already a fan of sushi, you can now have a great way to eat healthy and have it taste great. And for those of you who are connoisseurs, like my friend that I brought with me, he agreed that this was definitely the best sushi in Phoenix, regardless of what my son said. All right, so we still have a few minutes before break. Tell us a little bit about the 10 years of experience that you had. Was that here in Phoenix or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've been working in too many restaurants, and I learned from the bottle how to make things, how to prepare like all the rice and all the stuff, like fillet the whole fish, making up fillets,
Mm-hmm.
and how to marinate and how to make the sauces.
Mm-hmm.
I learned all of that working in a restaurant and for many years. So me and my brother together we decided to open our own business and try it out and see how it works. And I hope it goes well. And I see that it's going in a good direction, and I like it. I like what I'm doing, and I like make sushi. That's what I do. So I like to. Everybody to come and join us for a happy hour or any special request you guys have. We can make it. I can try it my best, and I can make you guys happy.
Absolutely. I do have to admit that on the salmon creation, I told them I really like spicy food, and spicy covers up fishy taste. And they just laughed at me and said, "We don't need to cover it up, but we just need to blend well with it." And they did a great job with blending the sauces. And it was spicy because I requested it, and it was amazing. So I'm sure if you request a non-spicy salmon, I'm sure they can create that for you as well. With the sushi, if you want to get a little bit complicated and then try out some creations you had somewhere else, then they can do that for you as well.
Yeah. Well, I got experience, and I know how to make different specialties. And you guys, I gotta tell me what items you wanted, and I can try my best and make the roll dish for you guys.
Great. So he'll do the custom work for you, which is absolutely great. And there's not a lot of places that will do that, at least not without charging a little bit extra or putting you over in front of the cook it yourself or cook it in front of you, a location where you have to tip about 300%. But do tip him well, maybe not 300%, but okay. So I just am very, very excited about finding the Wasabi Room Sushi Bar. If you want to call and just kind of find out what they do each evening, or drop by either way, a phone number to reach them is 602. We're going to find that out in just a moment, actually. Okay, here we go. So it is 6027. Is this the right one? Okay, 602-361-9296, and they'll correct me in just a moment if I'm incorrect. So definitely give them a call, find out some of the things that they do each evening, when the happy hours are. We're going to talk more about that when we come back from break. And but as we go to break, I want to explain what we're going to be talking about in the remainder of the show. So here we have some of the best food in Phoenix, and the question is, how does the best food in Phoenix become known? How does the word get out about the best sushi in particular in Phoenix, and some of the best Mexican food out there, and the best seafood as well? So if you have a great product, how do you get the word out, and does it have to be expensive? And we will answer that when we come back from break. This is Kurt Wilhelm, the host of The Social Universe here on Voice America. We thank our listeners for tuning in. Don't go away. You will learn so much more when you come back.